We're going to talk about today is how to move a figure from one image to another using the Quick Select tool. So to begin in Google Classroom, we have two things. We have the assignment where you'll actually upload your finished work, and underneath it is a material called Quick Select Tool Practice. When you open that, you'll see that you have a variety of materials that will help you with this project. First, you have two pictures of me to choose from, and then you have a website link for places to get a background. Basically, you're going to choose one of the pictures of me, use the Quick Select tool to select me out of that background and put me in a new place that you download from the internet. So we already know how to download images, but we'll go through it again really quickly. I'm going to choose Gillis Running 2. I think this one is easier if you're struggling at all. Remember, we have to choose more actions, choose open in a new window. Once we've opened in a new window, then we can download. And then the second thing you also need is an image, a place to put me. When you click the link in Google Classroom, it'll take you to a variety of landscapes. I found a lot of these, I looked and I decided to type in something new in the search. I looked for cliffs, don't ask me why, and I decided I wanted to go with this. So I'm going to pick this one. I click download free, and just like all of our other downloads, they're popping up in the downloads bar at the bottom. Remember, we never leave them in downloads, so we're going to go ahead and show in folder like we did before and we learned. In the downloads folder, I need to not only move Gillis Running 2 out of there, so I like to use my keyboard shortcuts, Control X, and then I'll Control V that in my folder where I want it to be. But I also need to move from my downloads the image that I just downloaded. So this one is again named by the artist. Control X to remove it from the downloads folder, and you would put it in your number drive. I am not putting things in my number drive again because I don't have a number drive. Now that I've moved things out of my downloads folder into my number drive, which is review for us, I'm going to open those up in Photoshop. So I will go ahead and open Gillis Running 2, and I want to use the Quick Select tool. This is the Quick Select tool here underneath the magic wand, and in the Quick Select tool you will see, sorry, I'm just resizing to make this just right, that you have a couple options that you can work with. At the top, you automatically have the plus selected. It's going to add to the selection. I do need to get a little closer, so my keyboard shortcut is Control plus, but I could also change my view here, or my zoom here, or adjust this down here. So with my Quick Select tool, I want to change the size. That's this drop down here. Right now it's set to 7, which is quite small. If I increase that brush size, it'll be better. Also, I probably want to go ahead and zoom in quite a bit. Basically, I want to go through and begin to click on areas, and the computer will automatically select things that it thinks belong. So, whoa, I got all the purple tights. Excellent. I do need to zoom in and get the pink shoes, the white soles of my shoes. So you will have to pay attention to tiny details in order to make this look good. But it should have no problem selecting the right areas and not the wrong areas. But we will talk about how to remove the wrong areas if that happens. Because if you're noticing on my left arm, I got that gray piece of road happening where I didn't necessarily want that gray piece of road. So what I need to do is change this at the top to a minus, and I probably want to shrink this down quite a bit, and now I will minus out things that don't seem to fit. So this looks pretty darn good. I want to shrink this some more. The keyboard shortcut is like your brackets. Minus is the left bracket and plus is the right bracket. So if I shrink this down tiny and zoom in close, oh, maybe tinier, I can get rid of this strange little chunk that's added in there. If I zoom back out, it looks good. One way to check your selection is Q. Just press the letter Q. And what that'll show you is everything in red is not selected, and then everything not in red is selected. So that looks pretty good. So I want to hit Q again to get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Control C to copy. I also need to open up my background image. So File, Open, and I will select it from where I've moved it to. If you recall, we did not leave it in the Downloads folder. So mine was called this. You're welcome to rename things so you can find it easier. And now that I have myself selected in here and I hit Control C, which is my keyboard shortcut, or Edit, Copy, I can move back over to my background and I'm going to hit Control V, or Edit, Paste, and there I am. Now I need to do some resizing and some rearranging. So I can go ahead and use the arrow tool to move myself appropriately so it looks like I'm climbing the stairs. It actually looks not so bad, but yours might not be perfect on the first try. So Control T or Edit, Free Transform is going to be your best friend. When you free transform, if you just drag, you're going to make me too fat or too skinny. So do not do that. I'm going to hit Escape to cancel that. I'm going to hit Control T, and then always hold the Shift key when you resize, so I get resized proportionally. Please and thank you very much. When you let go and you hit Enter, you will get that final resize. So here I am climbing these steps from the ocean. It looks like I'm working really hard, which is excellent. I'm very happy with that. The final thing that I need to do is now do a file, save as. I need to rename it Gillis Runs the World. And I should save my PSD in case something's not right about it. And always choose OK when you get that dialog. And I also need to do a save as. And, oh, it's still working on the original save. You do need to be slow. If you notice, we have a little saving down here. I also need to save as a JPEG because the JPEG is what gets uploaded to Google Classroom. So now that it's done, File, Save As, select JPEG in the drop down here, Gillis Runs the World, click Save, always press OK to whatever it wants, and then back in Google Classroom, remember you have your actual assignment, and this is where you're going to upload that assignment. So you can see here, no one's quite done that just yet. So that is where you're going to add that JPEG where you have cut me and pasted me from the original background into that new background that you downloaded.